In every generation, there is a chosen one, but this generation had to deal with some bullshit, so one wasn't enough. Anyway. The streets of Borough Park sat eerily quiet. Kara continued on her nightly patrol, quelling the vampire population. I hear this Slayer chick is tearing up the streets. She burned down that scratch pad over on M. I think I might leave town. Stop being scary. She ain't coming over on this side. Besides, I heard that Slayer situation is getting dealt with tonight. Meanwhile, Kara made her way to one of the addresses, which happens to be this tax service place. Suddenly, she sensed several undead presences. Kara kicked the machete from his hand and pummeled him with a series of hard punches. Before he knew it, he was floating in the wind. She snatched up the machete from the ground. They came at her, hell-bent on tearing her to shreds. Kara came back with her machete. She kicked him, making him reel over in pain. For a moment, it felt like they were dancing, locked in a deadly embrace. Her foe tried to disembowel her, but she evaded his thrust. She matched his movements. They circled around each other, looking for an opportunity. She found one and severed his head off. He disintegrated in a plume of dust. It wasn't a coincidence these three showed up. Something was going on here. She chopped the padlock off and marched into the office. Kara sensed vampires close by. She heard whispers coming from the back. She walked into the back room of the spot and overheard the intricate plot to stick people like flypaper. They were so engrossed in their convo, they didn't see her come into the room. She just stood there. Y'all really got y'all nasty fangs in everything. They were stunned to find the Slayer standing there in front of them. They didn't know what to do, so they ran away. Kara placed the machete down and read through the documents on the table. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. I gotta get to this place, she desperately thought. Meanwhile, in Long Island City, this Slayer chick is messing with our rackets. She took out 3 of my capos. The project is coming along, but not fully operational. It should be running by midnight. There may not be any of us left by midnight. She's running through us like Usain Bolt. Kara raced several blocks over to another address. An old 18th century house deep-seated in power. Kara raced up the stairs. Just like the documents read, there is a portal leading somewhere, but she had to go in because their lives at stake. When she emerged on the other side, Kara found herself in a hot-ass desert. A huge structure appeared in the distance like a mirage. It was some sort of hellish sweatshop or factory or something, but it stings extra hard because the workers were mostly minorities and young. He clobbered her. You are nothing. You are no one. All you will do is work. Filthy meat sacks. Work is all you are. Stupid, disgusting humans. Useless pieces of... The only piece of shit is you. The only nobodies are you. Fucking blood rats working people till they're too old and too feeble. But you better get your ass back in line. I don't know who you think you are. You got a lot of guts. I'd like to slice you open and play with them. Kara immediately got to work and began slaying the vampires. Their ashes drifted through the air. You must be that infamous Slayer I've been hearing about. You shouldn't be here, but I'm glad you could make it, so I could personally degut you to the dark meat. Kara continued swinging her sword around like she was the Slayer. Your head would fit perfectly on the boss's mantle. What do you say? You just handed... Kara disregarded and continued slaying these undead bastards. A group of them came at her, bent on making her suffer for her insolence. Kara didn't stop. She kept slaying them. "Get her!" he shouted. They all ran toward her. But Kara mowed them down with the blade of her machete. But Kara mowed them down like some high-ass, ugly-ass weeds bent on drinking from her jugular. Kara thought she was in the clear for a moment, but she encountered a few more. "We saw what you did to those guys. Can you help us? We've been here for some days now, and we don't know what to do. Please," he pleaded, "gather the survivors. I'm pretty sure more will be coming. We're leaving." As Kara spoke, more survivors emerged from the shadows. They didn't know how they got there, and some didn't even know how long they were there for. Kara didn't know where they were. Could have been in another dimension for all she knew, but she did know the way out. After Kara and the last survivor emerged, the dimensional tear inexplicably closes. They were scared, confused, or just in plain old shock. Apparently, some weren't even from here. An ice agent's best wet dream, if you know what I'm saying. Kara did her best to comfort them, but she also collected information as well. Across town, the project was in its final phase. He finished his phone call, went over to the console, and typed in some commands. The prototype powered up. Electricity pulsed through its system. Synapses started firing. The prototype took its first steps into the world. A silver Adonis. He continued typing commands for the main project. A cybernetic demon hybrid slayer programmed to terminate the slayer. It took its first steps into the world. He was pleased. "I will input your directives, as well as her coordinates. Deal with her," he said. The prototype walked off. Information and data beamed and hardwired straight into it. It stared out at the city. "Kill the Slayer,"